Welcome back to Black Diamond Private Wealth. My name's Trent Richards and I'm the CEO. In today's video, I just want to go over how you can use your home equity to become a lender. Now, this is a very good example of what you could do to pay off your mortgage a lot faster than what you're doing currently. Let's break it down. Let's say your home's worth about $800,000 and you've got your mortgage of $300,000. We're not going to touch that. We're going to leave that as is. But what we're going to do is show you a strategy on how you can pay this down a lot faster. The debt equity that I've talked about in a previous video, if you've watched these in order, the debt equity is the difference between how much you owe and what the property is worth. And in this case, it's going to be $500,000. Now, I don't recommend touching all of it. Maybe we look at a portion of this. Firstly, what's going to be comfortably affordable, and secondly, what the bank says is going to be affordable. Now, if the bank says it's going to be affordable, then chances are it's going to be. But I'll show you how we make it even more affordable than what the bank will assess you at. So let's say in this case, out of that 500,000 of equity, we're going to look at 200,000. That 200,000 we're going to take out as an investment loan, and it's going to be totally separate to your mortgage. And that way we can allow for taxation benefits on this money as well. Okay. So we go ahead, we get a refinance done, we take out an investment loan of $200,000. We go through your bank to do that. From there, we loan that money into Black Diamond Private Wealth through our loan agreement, and it will give you the bank account details where you can deposit these funds. Now, if you decide to leave it locked up with Black Diamond for a 2-year period, we'll give you that 200,000 back plus a 28% ROI. If you want to do it for 3 years, which I'd highly recommend, the maths doesn't lie, you'll get a 48% return at the end of that 3-year period. Now, if you wanted a little bit of assistance and you didn't want to be making the payments to the bank, well, we can help you out. Black Diamond Private Wealth will actually make the payment on a quarterly basis to your bank. So this loan is going to cost you $0 out of pocket. Okay, so here's a way we can borrow $200,000. We've got no repayments whatsoever, either 2 years or 3 years. And at the end of that 2 or 3 years, Black Diamond will then pay out that $200,000 loan as well. The rest of the proceeds we'll put in your bank account. So let's do some basic numbers. On $200,000 loan at about a 5% interest rate at the moment, it's going to cost $10,000 a year for that loan. So on a quarterly basis, Black Diamond Private Wealth will pay $2,500 into your bank account so that these payments can be met. At the end of the next quarter, we'll pay another $2,500, next quarter, and the next quarter we'll do the same. At the end of the loan term, let's say we did a 3-year loan. Let me do some quick maths. $200,000 multiplied by 48%. We're going to pay you $96,000 in interest. We're going to do this over 3 years. So we've got $30,000 in payments to the bank. So that $30,000 will come off the $96,000. So you're going to make a $66,000 profit by borrowing off your debt equity. Now, it's been a while since I've been at school, but I think the maths works out fairly well. If you can get $66,000 net profit from a loan that's cost you nothing out of pocket whatsoever within 3 years, well, what are you going to do with the money? Taxes will need to be paid at some point, but you could put that $66,000 directly onto your mortgage. $66,000 onto 300 is going to, let me just double check my numbers, I was right, it's $234,000 that we're going to reduce this mortgage down to. At the end of the tax year, we're going to have to make some tax payments. Now, I'm not going to quote you what that tax payment will be because everyone's going to be different. It's depending on your tax rate. Also depends on what country you live in. So I hope that's been informative. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at private@bdpw.io.